Gotta start recording,
Hold on.
and we're live,
I
I
have the
think.
soundboard. Oh my god.
Dude!
Jesus.
Alright.
This is the worst. This is gonna be such chaos.
I don't
Alright.
even have the thing pulled up. Hold on.
Oh, I should sound better now. I just realized my 7.1 wasn't on.
Well, I don't know if anybody's
Oh,
here yet, but
it's not muted. Whoops.
What
Okay,
is?
we're good
Go
now.
on
Just
stream.
your stream wasn't muted for me.
Alright.
Oh, bump, bump, boom.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the
Anyone
dark
there?
truth of Animal
Oh
Crossing.
shit, that's a good thumbnail. I mean,
Thank you. By Chewbot.
Yeah, he stole it.
I didn't steal it. I'm showing his name right here.
No?
Chewbot.
there you go. Are we linking? You gonna link the thing?
Oh, do you guys not have it?
I don't have it. Yeah.
Fuck.
I have it.
I forgot to give it
Nerd.
Shut.
Right, with me today, I have Niall.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
That-
No. It's me.
Identity theft, it's a problem.
Shit, it happens to the best of us. And I
Well,
have
you
Bonk,
You both send it to me.
Also me.
also me. And Niall's
the
going to be doing
computer one.
Tom Nook. Bonk is going to be doing
Tom
Penny.
Nook.
And we're
I'll
all
be voicing various random characters.
going to be
Yeah.
voicing a lot of different random characters, but more specifically Bonk. Welcome, Mr. Dino. Welcome, Phoenix Wright. Welcome, Jonathan. I guess we start.
I don't
Go
get
for it.
what's going on. Do I just read what's in the pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything
You-
else is narration.
Exactly, and I'll do the narration. All right.
All right. All right.
Part
Start with Captain,
one.
right?
Welcome
no, it
to
doesn't.
camp.
Narrate first.
Huh?
Never mind. Sorry. I'm
Alright,
gonna
okay,
shut
okay.
up now.
I don't know what to do with this. I'll just wing it.
Everyone's playing Among Us, of course.
I
As
know.
soon as they go into this, all right.
I've always heard a lot of good things about Animal Crossing, but I never owned a GameCube. When it released on the DS, it received such positive reviews that I decided to give it a shot, despite the fact that it appeared to have been created for a small children suffering with Down syndrome and ADD. Jesus Christ, I forgot that line was in
Hey.
there. I was not prepared for the shit that goes on in this children's game. The result is this. I've documented the journey of Billy, a young, happy lad who believes he's going off to a fantastic adventures at summer camp. The following images have not been altered in any way, other than to rescale them or to identify which dialogue option is being chosen.
I have an idea. I'm
Yeah?
just gonna do something. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna download a bunch of dramatic sound effects.
Oh yes,
or
please.
you
I can play 'em.
don't, and you save your internet from that load.
Oh man.
You're already lagging.
Dramatic sound effects. All right. Yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
That is a literal and practical contextual account of what happens to the poor bastards sent to Animal Crossing. This is the true story of Billy.
Bill.
Billy. And Billy is apparently this rabbit. Am I too late? No, you're right on time, Gabriel. Alright, part 1. Welcome to camp. I've never heard of this particular summer camp, but it was cheap and we were broke. The camp sends us their personal cabbie. I toss my suitcase in the trunk and we take off before my mother even gets a chance to wave goodbye. Like the beginning of a shitty horror story, it's pouring outside. Sorry?
No, keep going.
There's something wrong with the cab driver. Some kind of glandular problem.
So tell me, Billy, why are you setting sail for camp?
His speech is garbled. I don't like the way he says camp. Like he's being sarcastic. Despite the long drive, I never get more of his face than a passing glance. We seem to drive forever. Eventually I lose track of time and start to doze off to the mesmerizing sound of the rain against the window. I'm jolted awake when he tries to make small talk. He asks me how I'm going to pay off the fare in a light-hearted manner, as though we haven't already paid the campus missions. This should have been my first sign that something was horribly wrong.
Do you have enough to get settled? I'll just have to make you work it off, you scallywag. Welcome to camp.
We come to a rolling stop and I stumble out the door while he shouts at me with his sarcastic voice again before peeling off my suitcase still in the trunk. Son of a bitch! All I've got on me are the clothes on my back and a shitty haircut. My only option is to check in. The lady behind the counter is a fucking pelican who calls herself Pelly. Is this some kind of theme camp crap where the adults dress up like animals? Right, who wants to be Pelly?
I'm not being Pelly. This disgusting, man.
Tom Nook has certainly been in a giving mood lately, I must say.
Very good voice.
She tells me the director, Tom Nook, has taken a special interest in setting up my cabin for me. I don't know it at the time. Jesus, I can't read. But that name would be burned into my memory forever. There's a hint of reticle in her voice, as though she's made this speech before.
Anyway, I am sure you are anxious to see your home.
So I walk to my house. I don't have any sound effects for this, but you know, you can
I
imagine.
have them.
Do you have them yet?
I don't know what ones to get.
What the fuck is going on? No toilet, no sink, not even a goddamn chair. I got a cardboard box, a candle with no matches, and a boom box that only plays one song. And it fucking skips. I make for the administration's office. Before I even get out the door, Tom Nook's all over me like a cross between a used car salesman, a lawyer, and a German shepherd.
British.
Sorry, British shepherd. despite being dressed like a raccoon in a goddamn maid's apron.
Alright. So what you think? Looks quite cozy and comfortable, mate, You get used to it soon enough. Not to worry, fam. Why don't you come work in my part-time shop? At my shop part-time. I fucked that up. Well then, I'm waiting for you at the store. Come on, bye, mate.
Wait. Before I can get a word... Wait.
Keep going.
Before I can get a word in edgewise, he tells me I bought this piece of crap shed. I owe him a ton of cash and I better pay him back. And seeing as I don't have any money, he'd be happy to let me work in his sweatshop wonderland. So he expects I'll be stopping by right away. And then, he's gone. I stumble around for a while in stupor, trying to get my bearings. This camp isn't huge, but there aren't any paths or trails. It's just a featureless pile of dirt with a few trees. I wander past a rundown clothing shop before I notice a shanty town reject with a hand-scrawled sign that reads, Nook's Cranny. It occurs to me to just be honest with Nook. I didn't buy the cabin. I'm an 8-year-old on vacation. Big mistake.
Alright then, first things first. You need to change into these work clothes. You must know everyone who works here is required to wear a uniform. First off, I want to plant some trees and flowers around my shop. Don't think you can dilly-dally just because I'm not watching you, fam. I'll be waiting for you, so you don't take too long, and let me know once you're done.
That son of a bitch... Wait, that son of a bitch plays for keeps, and within seconds, I'm putting on a work uniform and lugging huge sacks of fertilizer out the door. It's after I've started to plant my third sapling that the panic sets in. There's something seriously wrong here. Why aren't there any campers? Why did Nook say everyone who works here wears a uniform, even though there's clearly no other employees? Was he talking past tense? If I work for Tom Nook, why haven't I signed any paperwork? And why is there only one old, used cabin in this entire walled-in campground? This isn't the home of a counselor dressed like some kind of fucked up furry. My stomach's in knots as I bolt across the empty lot where I find a large fortified gatehouse sits looming, carved out of a face of solid rock. 2 man-sized dog soldiers stare me down, and I curse under my breath for not being able to find a single person, but at this point, I'm nearing hysteria. At any rate, something...
Oh wait, will I be copper?
I mean, we can't really
What did
read
he
it.
say?
I don't know.
At any rate, is there something that I can do for you at this time?
I want to go out. I beg one of them to open the gates, but he stares blankly through my face, and his reply sends a shiver down my spine that's punctured by my own name.
Wait, is it me? Or is it you?
Oh, isn't there some other business that you need to take care of, Billy? Like your part-time job, for example.
How the hell does this asshole even know my name? Unless, holy fuck, it suddenly penetrates my 8-year-old brain like a brick through a convenience store window. They're all in on it. The mysterious cabbie that took off with all my shit, being forced to wear work clothes, the impossible sudden death, the guard gates, it's all one big conspiracy. I'm trapped here, and I'm alone.
shit. Hold on.
That's it for
Neither.
chapter 1. What do y'all think so
no.
far?
I was trying to. I had the dramatic sound effect.
Did that work?
No.
Shit.
I need to download like a bunch.
Alright,
more.
what's the chat saying? The story is
Yeah,
a
you know, that
classic.
Tom guy, you know, he
I hope
sounds
you
pretty
enjoy it.
cool, you know.
Oh yeah, the British accent really sets it in.
Yeah. yes, fam.
This creepypasta is a classic. Remember listening to it years ago? It's pretty good. I've only read through it once. This is the second time. Ending is the best bit. Well, the climax, anyways. I think so. And
I've
you guys
actually read it. I don't even know what happens.
Yeah, I didn't know what happens.
So you read the whole thing?
I've read the whole thing once, and
Wow.
it gets fucking weird.
Yes.
I guess we go into chapter 2.
I'm
Tom
on it
looks a
already.
British
How many
bastard.
chapters are there? 15 is
27.
or something?
27.
Oh,
It's not
God.
27.
I don't know.
I think it's like
I'll check.
there's like
go ahead
11 and
read
then
for now.
2 endings.
Two
Oh,
separate
we're-
endings.
2 different endings, yeah.
Are we gonna get all
Okay,
that
so
stuff?
there's 9 chapters, and then 3 in one ending, and then 1 in one ending.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Shorter ending. Just saying it.
All right.
We
You might have to pause like
You-
halfway through.
Oh
today,
yeah,
I don't know.
I need my.
Yeah, we might have to because this is gonna be long.
Do you want me to get like background music?
I already have some playing on stream.
You do? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I can't hear that.
I know. It has an alternate ending and a few animated parts. I think there's only one animated part, or maybe there's 2 at the end. I don't remember, but yeah, it gets pretty fucking
Tom
crazy.
Nook versus Billy. I don't know,
You'd be
actually.
surprised. Part 2,
Oh,
Hell
Billy
Week.
fam.
I cried myself to sleep that night. There was nothing I could do. I was a child out of my element in a world I didn't understand. This is Camp Service Center, where we adjust life to your needs. I had tried to call my mom on the phone they put in my bedroom, but all I got was an answering machine that spouted out utter, useless, Orwellian bullshit. Jesus. To my honor, I inspected the back of the phone to find there wasn't even a cord, just a cheap prop. They had even gone so far as to nail it down to the shelf. I slept like shit, bolting up in a bed at the slightest sound. I had, oh god, a hazy dreams about a legion of half-animal, half-man shadows busting through my door in the middle of the night and doing unspeakable things. Nobody came for me. The next day, I headed back to Nook's, in the sobering light of the morning. My thought was that I have to come up with a plan to escape, but until then, I should lie low and not make a scene. Plus, I was starving, and there was no cafeteria or food hall on the entire grounds, just a few orange trees for sustenance. I asked Nook about the food and payment. Nook didn't give a fuck. All he was worried about was making sure I was constantly working from sunup to sundown. Over the next week, I was spent all on variety of errands for Tom and delivering shit to every resident in the camp, who all had nice, well-furnished houses, even though I could never figure out what they did during the day. Occasionally, I'd see them randomly roaming the grounds like zombies, but in general, they stayed locked up in their houses. One day, Nook made a fatal mistake.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. Yes, you can roll on the stationary fam.
He asked me to send a sales flyer to a resident of the town and gave me a blank envelope. This was my chance. I was going to get a message out to my mom. With any luck, the Pelican woman wouldn't pay close attention to the address, thinking it was sales flyers from Tom. I took his stationery and scribbled out a brief but clear message. Dear Mom, this is not a real camp. I am being forced into labor. Send the police ASAP. Please mail me some food from Billy. Clutching the letter in my clammy palms, I forked it over for delivery. Sweat cliff hanging from my brow. All I could do now was wait. I didn't have to wait long. To my surprise, the letter was sitting in the mailbox that evening. From my mom. The very same day. Who wants to do mom?
I'll be mom.
Okay, go.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, what does mom sound like?
I believe in you.
Your
Do I
mom
go
sound
like
like-
really? I can get my mom in here.
Just have your mom do it, yeah.
No, she can.
No.
Billy, summer's over and it's getting chilly. I slipped on some wet leaves today. It was unfortunate. Guess what, Peter? Mom. That's what mom sounds like.
That was a
That was amazing.
That's the point.
What's this? A fucking pun? I beg for food and she sends me an acorn? Is this some kind of sick joke? Oh no. Oh fuck no. My mom never got my letter, and she never will. She didn't write this shit. In one instance, all my hopes are shattered, and now they know what I know. I fall into a fog of despair and curl up into my bed hoping to die, but the next morning comes, and hunger drives me from my misery. Nook claims he'll pay me for all this work I've been doing, but I haven't seen a dime of it. He just gives more and more errands while the residents mock me. Oh wait, who wants to be Drake? And Pete.
Drake too. Actually, I can do both. Well, you know, Pete's a girl. I'm not doing Pete.
Okay.
Drake can be a typical anime character, like carpet. That's more not an anime character.
You're working hard.
You're
ain't
sure
you?
working hard, aren't you, Billy? Billy.
Both of you tried
Billy.
that. He does. How does he expect me to pay off this debt? The answer is simple. He doesn't. Days go by. We get a new resident of the town named Pate. I thought it was Pete. And if you're thinking he's named after a food made from his own species, you're right. Nook orders me to deliver a massive throw rug to the toupee-wearing duck man, and I begrudgingly haul it over. Who's Pate?
I'm not doing duck.
Bonk.
I'm not doing the duck.
You said you want to do. I'll do.
No, I did Drake.
Wow, thanks. Totally cool. Oh, I see, Billy. You're working for Nook. Well, I guess everyone gets in over their heads now and then. So hey, you should take my stove. Now cheer up, Quackle.
Pete shares a disturbing bit of dialogue with me, and then something odd happens. I think he meant to call me a cracker, but when I get home that evening, he has shipped a gas stove to my shack. With winter coming in, it may be my only thing that keeps me alive. Is it possible that I made a friend in this fucked up place? I set it up next to my candle. Are things finally looking up? The seed of a plan begins to come together. It's risky, but I've got to take any chance I get. That day while Nook's distracted, I steal some paper from his shop. Though I'll send Pate a letter explaining my situation and begging for his help. Since he's new around here, maybe Nook hasn't already gotten to him. That evening, I slip a thin envelope under his mallard door. I toss it and turn all night. Dear Pate, I'm being held hostage here. If you've any decency at all, please help me. I'm begging you. From Billy. Pate again. The next day I'm heading back from my job when I see Pate walking zombie-like back to his house. He looks like he just came from Nook's. I cautiously approach him, unsure of how to broach the subject. Hi, I say. Pate?
Leave me alone. You're like a chewed-up piece of gum I accidentally sat on. Gag me.
Jesus. I should know better by now. Pate's made a scene and the others are starting to notice. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the mayor gesturing to me as Pate hurries away. Timidly, I meet him. Alright, who wants to be Tortimer?
I'm Tortimer. I have such a good voice.
Alright, go.
Remember, Billy, the mayor always has his eye on you.
And that's when I know what needs to be done. This isn't the mayor's work, or the residents, or the cab driver. This show's being run by Tom frickin' Nook. And the only way to get out of here is on my own. And that
fam.
is
Tom
chapter
Nook will
2.
fuck you up, man.
Tom Nook gonna fuck your shit up, boy!
Oh well, fam. Bang,
Well,
man.
if I was a kid and given a house to sleep in instead of a dingy tent, I would feel not as bad. Wait, Tom Nook is
Yeah,
Eva?
house.
Oh, evil? Yeah, dude.
Yes, sir.
He's evil.
I think. No.
Which
I
means
won't, fam. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I know, fam. Tom Nook
Yeah,
really
no,
evil.
I think you should be Booker. I'll be Cooper and you, or I'll be Copper. You be Booker. Booker's the other-
Yeah.
Oh, right, the two dogs. Right, okay.
When does he come up? Oh, he comes up here, does he?
Next chapter?
Well, he just looks like. I think I have a good voice from.
You better. Or you could be in a cave. Part 3. Questions and answers. It's time to man up. I've tried to confront Nook.
Keep going.
Sorry. I'm going to demand he let go. I'm going to demand he let me go, and if he refuses, I'll take him out and burn the whole fucking camp to the ground around me. The only thing I wasn't prepared for was his response.
Since I no longer have any work for you, I'm afraid I have to lay you off. What that? Your mortgage? Oh well, of course you should have to pay every little last bit of it back. Since there's no more work for you to do here, you'll have to find other methods.
He acts like it was his idea, like he's doing me a favor, as if all of this as if all I have to do is pay off this house and he'll personally drive me home. I don't even know what alternate methods he thinks I should use to make money. In typical Nook fashion, which I have come to loathe, he continues to smooth talk me. He wants me to know that he's still the boss, he's still in control. I don't give a crap. I don't work for Nook anymore. I'm leaving.
Wonk. Goblin.
Shit. What's this? I see that you do not have anyone on your friend roster yet. Can't have you wandering around strange towns. Just isn't safe.
Friend roster? For my own safety? Son of a bitch! Yeah, I'm free to go nowhere. I'm about to tell him exactly where to go, but I stumble on my thoughts for some reason. I can't seem to remember where I live. I can't remember my address. I've been around here for about a month now, maybe more, but I should still be able to remember. Maybe I can appeal to the other one.
Oh, hey. Look, I'd really rather not talk to you.
Fuck this shit. I'm back to Nooks and let him know the score. This isn't over, cocksucker. He laughs and gives me a shovel and suggests I start digging. That smug son of a bitch. No court on earth would convict me if I beat the shit out of him right now with his own shovel. But the truth is, I'm scared. I'm just a kid. And as much as I hate Nook, the thought of actually killing someone makes me sick to my stomach. The icing on the cake is it wouldn't help me escape. I can't fight off the whole town. I have to get my head straight. I need a plan to get past the guard dogs. Wait, hold on. Oh, my voice. 1. I need a plan to get past the guard dogs. 2. I'll need to stock up on food to make sure they don't starve after I bust out of here. God only knows where they've taken me. 3. I need to be invisible. I'll stick out like a giant "Catch me" sign in this work uniform. Worst of all, after everything that's happened, Nook's going to be expecting me to try to break out of here. 4. I'll have to wait for the right time. But first, I'll need to make some cash. Let things settle down for a while. Maybe the best plan would be to look like I'm really listening, like I really care about paying off my partial cardboard estate. But how am I going to pay it off? What's worth my time, Nook? His answer? Dinosaur bones. What? Is he fucking with me? He tells me to go talk to Blathers, the jerk in charge of the camp museum. I head over to the museum to find out what the hell he's talking about.
Who's being Blathers?
Yeah, good point. Who is
Blathers?
Blathers? The most important
What do you
villager.
wish to know about? Do not hesitate to ask. The goal in creating this space. Not terribly sorry. Am I babbling again? So, to fill the exhibits, I need the cooperation of our fine residents. Hey, what?
While I'm listening to this owl's patchwork explanation, I couldn't help but wonder why there would be dinosaur bones in a flat field on a beach. Why it exactly used to be here before the camp was built anyway? Now that I'm thinking about it, why would anyone build a museum that doesn't have anything in it? The only reply I get from the owl is this shallow snore. Owls don't fucking snore. Do you want to snore?
Terribly sorry.
I start digging randomly. Now I know why Nook thought it would be hilarious to suggest I dig my way out. Only a foot below the topsoil is a fucking limestone, and that's as deep as I'm going to get. How am I supposed to find anything else like this? A few hours later I'm starving, exhausted, and pissed off at myself for believing another one of Nook's goddamn lies. I'm about to pack up and wash off in the waterfall when something odd happens. I hit something. Check it out. I dug up a fossil. Could it actually be? It's hard to tell. It's covered in dirt and kind of abstract. With the sun setting behind me, I sprint back to the museum to show the narcoleptic curator.
Particular sample was a challenge to identify with certainty, but I'm now confident this is a seismo skull. Indeed it is, who? Indeed, I would like your permission to keep it in my possession as a donation.
It seems authentic, but I'm skeptical. This greedy asshole thinks I should just donate to his echoing monumentum to failed ambition. He clearly doesn't give a wet fuck if I'm filthy, hungry, and broke. I tell him to piss off. I've got raccoons to defraud. Nook's already closing for the day, but tomorrow will mark the first step on my trip out of here. 8 a.m. sharp. I make a beeline for Nook's.
Let's see here. Altogether, I'll pay 5,000 bells for everything.
I'm actually a little surprised when Nook agrees to pay me for the fossil. but my surprise turns to anger when I find out he's going to pay me in bells, his own imaginary bullshit currency. It's not real money. It's just a leaf that's hole punched. It's infuriating to think of how he continues to fuck with me at every opportunity, an upturned smirk on his smarmy face all the while. But I try to play it cool. I think he actually gets satisfaction of seeing me upset. I take his money and leave. At first, I was skeptical of Nook's decision to stop working me, but over time, I've come to understand the method of his madness. He's been forcing me to make difficult decisions, for example. If I pick oranges to sell him, I'll go hungry, but otherwise, I'll never pay off my debt. The same rule applies to most everything else in the camp. I start every day forcing me to make a decision between working and starving. I'm free, but nothing has changed. There's still one thing I don't understand. Why is he keeping me here? What does he want from me? I hate that son of a bitch. I spend the next few weeks digging up fossils, getting them inspected, and then turning them over to Nook for cash, which I've started to accumulate in masses. I tried counterfeiting his idyllic system, but somehow I knew which bells are which. To punish me, he refused to buy me something for a week. After that, I bought a fishing rod from him and tried to learn to catch fish. Oranges haven't been proving enough nutrition alone, and with the extra effort of digging, I've begun to have dizzy spells. But most importantly, I'm fucking sick of them. I hated that I was starting to adapt to this life. I was becoming complacent. I hated that I had that I had to play Nook's deranged game, so that I could afford to escape. But I was starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel. I had saved up enough money to buy a costume from the camp seamstress, which I used to secretly fish at night, so I could stockpile some food for my escape, without the all-seeing eyes of the wandering residents. I knew that whatever they saw Tom saw, I was keeping the fish alive in my house so they wouldn't go bad. Look at that good boy keeping his fish alive. I told the seamstress it was for a Halloween event coming up, but in truth, it was going to help me blow this joint. During the day, I changed back into my work clothes to avoid suspicion. In the meantime, I kept busy digging up fossils, bringing them to Blathers, and sending them to Nook. I was starting to lose track of time, and this pushed me more than anything to keep going. I'd gotten pretty good at recognizing where I might find the hidden fossils. There always seemed to be a small part of cracked earth where the fossils rested. At first, it struck me as being odd. What geological oddity would cause the fossils to be pushed from underneath, as though they were rising to the surface? Why did it seem like new ones appeared each day in areas where I hadn't seen them before? Over time, though, I would rely on their quirky nature to keep from wasting my entire day toiling in this dusty shithole of a camp. Today was different. I was doing rounds when a disturbing patch of dirt caught my eye, a more obvious crack than I was used to seeing. As I pitched my shovel into the earth, I was suddenly jolted by a screaming chill that shot through my arm like a lightning bolt. I dropped my shovel and it slowly faded off as I started to patch up dirt in shock, like I had just seen an arm shoot out crawling for brains. Oh, 1 second. Whew. There was a long period of silence, and nothing happened. I resumed digging, and soon I hit something lurking just beneath the topsoil. It was a crude statue, like some sort of ancient graven image. I caught myself muttering out loud, "What the fuck is this thing?" when it snapped open. Its rusty, heavy eyes stared into my soul. A metallic word pushed itself into my head, where it echoed like a tin can kicked against the wall of an abandoned warehouse. Gyroid. An unexplained... What?
Can I do the voice for the echo?
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead. Do it. Wait, do it again.
Gyroid!
An unexplainable... Thank you so much. An unexplainable emotion tore through my battered brain, like an unholy mixture of unbridled terror and unstable curiosity. It was the kind of feeling that made idiots in horror movies open the backlit door even though they knew a maniac was waiting on the other side to chop them into tiny pieces. I had to find more of these. I had to understand what they were. I wouldn't be showing this one to the owl.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god, my voice. And a lot has happened in chat. Hold on.
Is there a lot happening in chat? Oh crap. Grab's child.
Tom Nook or Timmy and Tommy sell one candy per day in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And what do you think they're made of? Children.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
It's just you two gonna be talking for a while in part 4, so.
Yeah.
Is it really? Wait,
Yeah, Bong doesn't actually...
Tom Nook.
Yeah.
Tom Nook fam.
Tom Nook.
Right back.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Tom Nook. Whoa, that is a lot of Tom Nook. Oh my god.
Get ready to fill my shoes for a bit. Came here to
Games
see
now.
intense animated fight. That'll be a bit later.
A lot
Welcome to
later.
Wait, what if Tom Nook is forced to do this like Gulliver, and Gulliver comes to town every once in a while to check up on everything? Interesting theory. Maybe you should stick around and see if it pans out to be true. Sup, A-Roller, welcome.
Wow. I need like a better voice thing.
Right,
I gotta clean.
you have a
What does this
second? Because I need to grab a drink
What
because
does
my
this
voice
sound
is
like?
gonna like
What does this sound like?
disappear. Wait, say it, do it.
Hello?
It's another
Does
thing.
it just sound the same?
Sounds
Oh.
You lied to me. I was just waiting for something.
How about this?
Whoa, you're a robot now. That's crazy.
Roy fam, I'm a Joy Roy fam.
Use that. Use that for the joyroids.
Do they voice anything?
Oh, you'll see later on, like they're used for very creepy scenes, but just here you go like like that for them would be so good.
Alright, you get your water off.
I need to get my fucking water. Hey, interesting
don't
chat,
know.
right?
How do I entertain part of you guys?
Too late, I'm gone. I'm leaving.
Hey.
Oh.
Well, let's I don't know what to do. I have like a bunch of sound effects, but I don't know. I need to download them. So that's the thing. Raw. Hopefully Connor gets back, or Marsh gets back soon, because this is very awkward by myself. I can't keep this up. The Marfian. Confirmed, 100%. This music is very good. I forgot this existed. Oh, thank God. I cannot keep up. Get on, get back. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm back. What's happening in chat?
I am not good at keeping conversation by myself.
I'm gonna hear that later when I
Oh.
look back through the recording.
Hold on, I'll do,
Roller.
Roller Galaxy has a request. Let me do that real quick.
Do it.
My gosh dang Joy Roy.
That
Oh my
wasn't.
gosh dang Joy Roy.
Can you hear yourself doing that?
No.
What? Oh, it sounds so good.
Babooey.
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 Wait, I have.
That sound normal.
No, you
So
still.
what the hell? What do you do? I still have Babooey. I still have Babooey.
I have a friend with a crush on Tom Nook. That's kind of weird, but I mean, you know, if you're into that, you're into that.
Understandable.
Do you want to start part 4?
This one.
Oh,
Yes.
that's kind of like Echo and Robot.
It's called Little Mod.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Don't you
Anyway,
think Rooster's
yeah,
Cafe looks a bit like a basement? Yeah, I guess. But I think it looks cozy. Part 4. Hey, welcome back. We're just now starting part 4.
Okay.
Part 4, let's start all over. Things have been a bit strange for me lately. All the pieces are in place. I'm ready to get my plan to motion. But I've been obsessing over these freaky gyroid statues since the... Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has happened? I was like, oh.
I was fiddling with the mic and I
Wacky.
muted it by accident. I'm back though.
Where were you? I don't know where you were last.
Wait. Since the day I dug, I think I was there. Since the day I dug up
Keep
my
going.
first one, I found several more scattered across the campsite, hidden, buried. I wonder how many statues are under there. Oh, and after months of back-breaking labor, I paid off Tom Nook's debt. It wasn't the great accomplishment I thought it would be, though nothing surprised me anymore. I went to Nook to get my daily dosage of bitter disappointment, to find that he had used his little gotten gains to remodel his shop.
Oh, welcome. Yes, welcome to the grand reopening of Nook and Go. Yes, I heard you repaid all your home loan. Very prompt of you, yes. I knew I could trust you to pay it off, Billy. But that reminds me, isn't your current home just a tad cramped?
Oh shit, here it comes.
We could build you a larger home. You could hold more furniture, yes? So, what do you say?
Smaller is cozier. I make a half-hearted attempt to be diplomatic.
Oh, Billy, always the joker, I know a young up-and-comer like you, Billy. You couldn't possibly be satisfied with a house that small. Not likely. So, roof of your newer, bigger house, what colour should it be,
What new house?
Well, I plan to be finished with your rebuild tomorrow, but you can't wait, Now then, there is a matter of cost of your little project. For materials, labour, taxes, and of course, permits, the total comes to 120,000 bells. And don't feel rushed. Take your time, pace yourself. That's just fine, yes? So I expect to see more of you in store here. Oh yes, indeed.
He asked me what root colour I like, and before I know it, there's labourers banging on my walls all into the night. Motherfucker. I slept under the stairs that night, cold and numb. Now I owe him even more money. He wouldn't possibly take no for an answer. Where was he getting all this cash for this operation? Was he able to sell fossils, which he paid me in for leaves, for real cash to some shady third-person party? Maybe the fossils are real after all. Was this his plan for me? To mine free archaeological child labour? It didn't seem devious enough for Nook. I better get back to the grind. Gotta find more gyroids. I made a little shrine to the gyroids in the corner of my recently engorged house. When I found that the first one, it makes an occasional noise. Now I have a small collection of them, and started to see images in my head or hear solitary tinning words echoing through my living room. I'd hear them whisper things like dig or rain, but could never make out the whole sentence. I would come home and find them in different positions, like they had moved when I wasn't watching. Now there's several. I hear their voices more frequencies if they talk to each other. I wake up in cold sweat each night and creep downstairs to look at them, but they were always motionless. I know there's something really wrong about the gyroids, but whenever I think about throwing them out or destroying them, my stomach knots up like a punch to the gut. It's like owing a childhood safety blanket made out of asbestos. In a sick way, it's like they're my only friends. I haven't thought about my escape in weeks, and my actions have become sluggish, as though every step is a struggle to wade through swamp muck. When I'm not digging for gyroids, I'm engaged in some kind of mindless activity. Monday, I spent lazily catching bugs. Tuesday, I don't remember. Wednesday, I think I fished or collected seashells. Besides Nook, none of the residents have a word to say to me for weeks. I briefly considered, against my better judgment, trying to form some kind of pathetic relationship with some of them, before I realised how futile it was. Residents constantly moved through camp without notice. Occasionally I would check mail and find a letter stating that they had just packed up and left in the middle of the night. Who wants to be a robot?
Oh, this is a robot. Hold on.
Yeah, it is. Oh!
Perfect.
Oh God, no.
Here we go.
Which one will I do? Do this one.
Do the worst.
Does this work?
Yeah.
Where is the thing? Yo, Billy! I'm moving, man. You had a great time chilling in camp. I think of you when I pump that iron. Later, yo.
That's awesome. Their letters carry generic farewells. I'm not sure that I'm sure they didn't write. I didn't even know who Rabat was, but now he's gone. The house he lived in are packed up or empty, gone overnight. Where were they going and why? It doesn't matter. The only person in the town who even comes close to being sane is a dog that occasionally appears in the museum in the lounge area. Who wants to be KK goddamn Slider?
If I had like a vocal-coded voice
Oh.
mod, I'd 100% be
Oh.
like, but I don't.
Let me hold on, wait. Let me grab my guitar. I can
Yes,
do it. No, wait, no, it won't pick up.
No,
My
do it.
microphone won't pick up my guitar.
Why not?
It won't. It just. It'll be really shitty quality. Like I can do it. I have to change. Here, hold on.
Let's have a. I want to.
Turn
I
off
like how the
cancellation
date-
and noise reduction. So
Oh,
it
it
probably sounds terrible.
sounds so good.
Hold on.
Here we go, boys.
I like how the date and the thing is the same as the date today. Very nice touch.
Shit.
Wait,
Can't
did it
get the
what?
headphones on. Damn it!
It says the date and the 24th. Same date as today.
Dude,
Today's date.
I never even realized that. Coincidence?
I think so.
Here. Hey. My name's KK Slider. I plan not to consider that pretty much every Saturday night.
Slider's the only one that doesn't talk like a mental patient. He shows up late Saturday nights to play guitar. Sometimes his songs are the only things that take me away from this horror. If only for a few minutes. Over time I've realized that he comes here just to comfort me. Nobody else ever comes to his shows. I think he truly feels pity for me. He's always had a troubled look in his eyes, like playing guitar is his way of apologizing. Sleepy. That's how I feel at this time. Not tired, just sleepy. And that's why I'm just lying on the ground that day, watching the clouds roll by and listening to the waves break on the shore. It occurred to me idly that I never saw any of the birds in this camp. Never heard gulls crying on the beach. Never saw any planes or boats go by. All I ever saw was rolling blue skies, puffy white clouds, and tiny packages tied to balloons. Wait, what? What the fuck? The absolute absurdity of this hits me like a bucket of cold water to my face. I jump to my feet and race to the spot where the strong, salty breeze was carrying the balloon, swiftly past the rock walls of the camp. I scanned for something to throw, anything, grabbed a handful of rocks and started chucking. Just as the balloon was about to breeze past me forever, I made a lucky shot. The hours spent skimming stones paid off, and the package comes plummeting down to earth with a faint twinkle of shattered glass. I handle it cautiously like a bomb, waiting for some fool to try and defuse it. Pulling off the wrapping paper reveals a busted desk lamp? It's utterly mystifying. Who would set a desk lamp afloat on a balloon from this camp, knowing that if it ever came down, it would be useless? The thought crossed my mind that Nook was just continuing to play his mindfuck games with me, but this didn't feel like Nook. I dug carefully around the empty box to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I had. In the lining poked a small white triangle, in the corner of an envelope tucked away between the wrapping paper and the box. The front was blank. Without a second thought, I tore open and read it.
It
What else
shit,
out there?
Penny.
If you get this, please help me. I'm trapped here all alone and I'm scared.
You've
From
got
Penny.
to be kidding me! And that's
From
it for chapter
Penny. Wink.
4.
Wait. Dun, dun, dun. I don't have my soundboard set up yet. What's it?
Chapter
you need
4 of
Raw?
13. We're still waiting for the soundboard, but I think we'll eventually get it. What's
No.
Chapin saying? Welcome, Cammy,
What's
not
this? I
Cammy.
don't know what song this is, but it's apparently
okay. Yeah, okay. I got my
my thing.
talk there.
Hello?
Wait, what? The fuck's
What?
happening?
What is happening? You good?
Yeah, what is
Oh.
going on?
That was a. I don't know what's happening. I have like a random file of me talking
Okay.
on my computer, and then I uploaded that to my soundboard and I accidentally played it.
Play it again.
Nice. All right.
Where did it go? Hold
I
on.
think. I
You
think we
think?
stop after part 5 for this stream.
Oh, okay.
For this stream? Alright.
We're already like 42
Oh.
minutes in, so.
Yeah, okay. I got my talk there.
Does it sound the same?
Wait, play
This
it?
is Me.
I can't even tell the difference, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I got my talk there.
Hello? Oh, wait, that's you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
No,
I
no,
got
stop!
my
Stop!
talk there.
Stop!
It's so weird. Alright, hold on, what's chat saying? What if KK songs are messages for help? Ooh, theories. Like Bubble Bum KK is how animals are being killed in the Animal Crossing gulag. How you doing? I'm doing good, Goofy Soup. Please God, read my suggestion. What is it, Roller? Robot
Oh
voice.
God, I need to pay off debt, not NFL.
That's not
Robot
robot
voice.
voice.
I need to pay off my debt. Not
See,
enough
there you go.
I
bells.
need to pay off my debt.
Only
Not bad.
Tom Nook is
Oh, I
outside my
wish
house
I
with a
could
knife.
do
Oh shit, Porky, you're in trouble. Oh shit.
In
Alright.
trouble. Please help me.
I fucking love this voice changer.
Anyway.
Alright. You're
Let's keep
st-
going.
You're still robot. I'll just leave it happen.
It's gone.
Part 5, Not Alone. Could there really be someone else like me trapped in a hellish summer camp nightmare? I have so many questions, but I can only fit a few in my reply. Dear Penny, I was kidnapped too. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Send more balloons ASAP, from Billy. The next challenge is how do I get a response back to her? With wind blowing westward, my balloon would only drift the wrong direction, away from Penny. And besides, where would I get a helium balloon? My mind's racing when I pause, when I vaguely remember Nook selling a child's slingshot at his store. A crazy idea occurred to me. I purchased the slingshot as casually as possible. Honestly, I don't think Nook cares what I do anymore. A few days ago, I noticed an axe on display. It must have been a mistake. Was he really cocky enough to sell me a weapon? Was he taunting me?
You might want to limit yourself to only cutting trees that are in the way.
One of these days, Nook. Anyways, the largest hollow seashell I can find. I took my folded up note inside and draw a glaring red X on the outside. I head to the eastern rock wall. With all the strength an exhausted child can muster, I raise my slingshot and let my message in a shell fly over the artificial looking wall. I was lucky. It cleared the peak. On the wind I could faintly hear the crumbling of loose gravel as it tumbled down the other side. I pray my hunch would pay off. Once again I was forced to wait, forced to rely on the good of a stranger who would inevitably let me down. When I wasn't digging, I was staring east, praying for the slightest hint of the sun glistening off a shiny, inflated orb. I ran through all hundreds of scenarios that would lead to my inevitable disappointment. Maybe Penny was caught and punished. Maybe she didn't exist. Maybe she was actually hundreds of miles away. Maybe she never found my letter. For all I knew, I could be sitting on an empty plot of dirt never to be seen again. The chance that she'd find and send her the balloon messages was 1 in a million, and today, I won the lottery. I ran like a starving lioness chasing a gazelle. Real attention to detail here.
Yeah.
In my free time, I've been practicing my slingshot skills, and now it was a crack shot. In just 2 thwangs, the package came tumbling down. I scooped it up giddily and snuck back to my house, tearing into the wrapping paper with the closet to unbridled joy I had felt since I got here. It was like Christmas Day for POWS.
Dear Billy, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. We have to keep writing. I've been alone for so long.
This time...
From Penny.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you're going to say that. This time she sent me a bottle filled with dirt along with her letter. Over time, I came to realize that the items in this box were meaningless. All they did was weigh down the helium balloon enough so it wouldn't float off into the sun. The letters were the real treasure. In the next few weeks, Penny and I rode each other this way constantly and only operated at nighttime. She told me she used to send messages out into the ocean in bottles, but she had been caught and punished severely. For her birthday, her residents offered to get her one present of her choice, and she had said that all she really wanted was 1 balloon every day until her next birthday, to lift her spirits. She's a clever girl. I started getting into details of each other's lives. What was the same, what was different? We both had freaky animal-like residents that would move in and leave at seemingly random times. We both had the same buildings. To my surprise and creeping horror, both of our towns were run by raccoons, calling themselves Tom Nook. Though Penny tells me he used to be there every day, and now she only sees him once a week at best. We discussed the details of our camp. They sound very familiar, so I asked her to send me a drawing of her town in the next letter. While I wait, I drew a map in my own camp to send back. Though I had long ago became jaded and fucked up by the events of this camp, I have to admit my stomach twisted when I finally saw her response. Except for a few tiny differences, it was almost identical to my map. Horror started to slink back into my addled brain as a few puzzle pieces came together. I wrote to Penny that night. Dear Penny, I think there might be more of us out there. A lot more. We have to find out. From Billy. Between Penny and myself, we got to work, slowly sending messages blindly in each direction, with notes asking to spread the word. I borrowed some of her balloons and sent them adrift in different directions. To equal delight and disgust, we started to getting responses from each side. Jack, Sarah, Aaron, Jimmy, Philip, Emily, names started to roll in, and most of them were confused and surprised that anyone else was out there. Some were just a few weeks into their ordeal. Some had been captives for years. All of them were scared. I started receiving balloon packages at an alarming rate. I began to worry that someone would notice. I requested maps from our new friends in an attempt to figure out where we were and a way to escape. As various drawings started to come together, I never got used to the fact that they were all virtually carbon copies, all walled-in outdoor cages. I was surprised to find myself starting to get excited. Maybe between all we can do this. Maybe we can finally escape from this hell. But something was bothering me logistically. Something that didn't make sense about these maps. I started to conduct an experiment. I had borrowed a lot of blank patterns from the seamstress, who was starting to get a little suspicious of my newfound interest in fashion design. On each square, I began piecing together the maps I had gotten, drawing in their location as closely as I could figure. I used blue to show the beach area and brown lines to show the camp walls. Little white lines marked the gate leading out of each camp. It turns out the camp shared walls, which, luckily for us, was the only thing that allowed Penny to find messages. Ooh. I put a big X on my camp and a big O on Penny's. Over time, the bigger image started to form in my head. Trying to figure out where everyone was located in relation to each other was turning out to be tricky. I had to break it out into several larger sheets. I needed a space wide enough to lay all this out and get a good look. In the dead of night, I dragged out my creation behind the museum, where nobody would see me, and started putting together the puzzle I had stitched together thanks to the work of dozens of small, bruised, bleeding hands. Crap, how big is this place? Oh god. Oh no. Please don't be. It's a fucking island! For the first time in months, I fell to my knees and cried.
Wow.
Incredible.
Spooky.
That's chapter 5.
Of what, 13?
Hopefully I'll have like 13. Well, was it 9 and then 2 endings?
Are you doing both endings?
Yes?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Do you guys want to stop here for tonight?
Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
Hmm?
Are we just stopping the stream, or are we just going to be doing something else or what?
I don't know.
I gotta go, so.
Oh, well, Bonk's gotta go, so yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
You could do, like, something.
Yeah, I'll just do it
you
now.
can do something. Yeah. Alright, you guys have
Alright, well, thank you for being here, Bonk. Thank you for voicing Penny and many others.
Of course.
Oh,
Anytime.
yeah.
Cool, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No.
Alright, cool, dude.
Bye.
What?
What?
I still gotta leave the Discord.
Alright, let's re-chat. I got a... Oh, dude, Ryan's in chat.
Yay.
Ryan. Wow. That's amazing.
I'm back from Animal Crossing Go. I can confirm it's bad. Yeah, this kid's unhappy.
Okay.
It's worse than Vinesaw salt mines. What the fuck? No one escapes Animal Crossing Gulag, that's for sure. They're on a fucking island. Swag, thanks, Etrick.
In the gulag.
Yeah, Niall's stuck in a cave right now. We can't really get him out. We tried getting him out, but, you know, yeah. He's really lost.
I'm lost. Please help.
Oh, I love this.
Okay, now. Okay. Oh,
You okay?
Oh,
No. There you're at the fucking cave. What do we do?
Speedrun.
You want to do some speedruns?
We should do a speedrun race.
Of
something.
what? Of Animal Crossing?
How?
I'm sure there's fucking Animal Crossing speedruns.
Yeah, but like, you know,
Speedruns. Actually, I might end stream and then just like keep it as one theme.
there. Oh, so like you end the stream, then start up a new stream, or we just ending the stream completely?
And I think just end the stream entirely and come back tomorrow.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think. I'll give a second to see what chat thinks. Because like it takes like 20 seconds. Oh.
You know, for now, I'm just gonna crawl back into my cave. I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay. Depth, gold, net slash
Tell me what we're
frog.
doing when you're done.
Yeah, I will.
Among Us.
Ooh, that could actually be good.
Is there space?
I mean, is there space?
He crawled back out because he got excited.
Is there space?
Are those the only 3 options you have?
What ones do I have?
Jesus Christ. You've been fucking possessed. Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exactly. What? Shit. Fuck.
Things? Oh, we're just in the cave now. Am I still at... Oh,
You're
yeah.
still in the cave. Yeah, I can hear you echo.
But now...
Dude, there's 31 people here. At least there was. Let me speak. Runs. Mars, let's do Rec Room Paintball. I'm not gonna get on Rec Room, dude. Hell no, not tonight.
Why not?
Oh, I don't feel like getting on Rec Room.
I don't know what this one is. This one's just called Clean.
I think it's just like your regular voice. Maybe like with a few elements to make it like nicer.
Hey.
I'm a baby.
You're not. There's a fucking demon, baby.
You're a demon.
Yeah, I'm a demon.
I can hear what it sounds like.
It's Mr. Clean. Alright, I think we're going to end stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with part 2, maybe of 3. I don't know how many of these it'll take.
No. I'm gonna mess you up.
We did 5 parts in like 45 minutes. I think we can
Yeah, we
finish
can
it
do
out
another-
tomorrow. Yeah, we can
we
finish
can
it.
finish it up.
So I'll see you all tomorrow for part 2 of the horrible, terrible truth of Animal Crossing.
Billy.
With
or
Billy, Tom Nook,
Billy? Or
And-
Penny?
Penny, and Penny.
Tom Nook?
I'll see you all tomorrow. See ya.
Kiki Schneider?
And
Oi, everybody.